I also hope to finish up the next topic, okay, on fractions. Right? If you realize, if you have friends from other class, you realize that we are very much behind time. Okay, so I really have to speed up a bit. Okay, otherwise, I tell you, June holidays, okay, you may have to spend a lot of time catching up. Okay, so just a few more questions that I want to cover for factorization. Okay, so just a very quick recap about what factorization is. Okay, at the end of our answer, when you ask to factorize, you need to actually have brackets. Okay, because when you factorize, you're taking out common factors. Okay, then what's left over, okay, will be placed in the brackets itself. Okay, so yesterday we were looking at exercise 4B, question 11. So I want us to just turn to that page in your textbook. Okay, yesterday we looked at factorizing completely. For the expression 5x plus 5x times b plus c. Sorry, just had to need to sneeze. Okay, so looking at this part yesterday, okay, the very quick brush, okay, I said that we can look at this as though 5x is one term and then 10x b plus c is another term. Then we take out the common factor of 5x, so that's one way of getting around it. Okay, another way to get around it, which I think it might be the more comfortable way, is that you fully expand it, okay, first, then after you take out the common factors. Okay, so today we'll do more of such questions, but before that, let's take a look at part D. Okay, where I want to factorize completely for negative 39b squared minus 13ab. Okay, so let's just write my working over here. Alright, so we have negative 39b squared minus away 13ab. Okay, notice that for both terms there is negative in it. Okay, when both terms have negative, we must actually factorize out the negative sign. Right? Okay. Then looking at the individual number, 39 and 13, what is the highest common factor between 39 and 13? Okay, let's warm up a little. Rose. What do you think? Between 39 and 13, what's the highest common factor? 13, right? Okay. So we take out a 13, and then we see that we have b squared and ab, okay, as our algebraic variables. Okay, so between b squared and ab, what are the common factors? What do you all think? Okay, let's see, Chin. Let's Chin now. Oh, sorry. B, okay, so just one b only. Alright, so we only take one b, so b squared and ab, we take out only one b. Okay, then we put the leftovers inside our brackets. Okay, so for negative 39b squared, I have taken out, okay, negative 13b by taking out a mean division. So negative 39 divided by negative 13, what would I have? Colin, what do you think? 3, right? Very good. Okay, so we have 3, positive 3 in fact. Okay, and then b squared, I already taken out 1b. Xavier, what do you think I'll be left with? One more b, great. Okay, and then negative 13ab, I have taken out negative 13b, right? What will I be left with? Lucas, negative 13ab, I took out negative 13b. Plus 1a. Okay, so do I write plus 1a like that? Is that what you want me to write? Or what you will write? What you want me to write? Yes, okay. What do you think? Should I write plus 1a? Now what do you think? Say again. Don't need the 1. Okay, yes. So previously we already said that when it comes to algebra, I don't need to purposely write 1a, 1x, 1z. Okay, I can drop the 1. So writing a itself already tells us that there's only 1a. Okay, so don't need to put the 1. And that very confused, okay? So why not? We just start off with expanding, do away with the brackets first. Okay, we do away with the brackets first, then we reconvene, come back together to put in the brackets when we factorize. Okay? So in this case, when I want to open up, okay, by expanding, alright, what do you think you will get for the very first expansion? Okay? See what you think. Like this set of brackets. What do you think you will get when I open up by doing my rainbow? Sorry, negative 3 times what? And that would be negative 6. Is it? Okay. So yes, the very first rainbow we will get negative 6, and not forgetting the A input as well. Okay. And then the next rainbow, what do you think you will get? Let's maybe call someone else. Say the what you do. Negative 3AB. Okay, so negative 3AB. Alright? So that's from the very first pair. Okay? Then in my next pair of brackets, okay? Okay. Remember, in this one over here, we have negative 88 times b plus 1. Okay? So what do you think you will get? Okay? Never respond. Sorry, what's the answer? Your answer? Oh no! Sorry. My apologies. Okay. Okay, then yes, Lily. What do you think is expansion? Negative 88 B. Okay, so our very first expansion, we will get negative 18AB. Okay, what about in the next one? Okay, what will we actually get? Evan. Is it the same? What do you mean by same? Same means what? 1. Negative 18A, something else. I'm taking this thing over here to multiply the 1, right? Sorry? Negative 18A. Okay, okay. So negative 18A is the one that's multiplied with the 1, so we'll be left with negative 18A. Okay? So we actually see that the expansion results in negative 6A minus 3AB minus 18AB minus 18A. Are there any like terms in this case? Any like terms? Is that what you think? That means are there any terms that are actually similar to each other such that I can simplify it? I can add or subtract. The 18A and which one? 18A and 18AB. Like terms means that the algebraic variables must be the same. And the 6A, right? Okay. So we see that negative 6A and negative 18A are like terms. So what you want to do, you could actually rearrange them together. And we also see that the negative 3AB and negative 18AB, they are also like terms. Okay, and we place them together. Then we go about simplifying. So when it can be simplified, we simplify it first. So negative 6A minus 18A, what do you think we will get? Joshua? What is negative 6A minus 18A? Can you use a calculator if you need to. Okay. Sorry? Negative 12A, you sure you press a calculator? Positive, you sure you press a calculator? Okay. So it gave me negative 12A, see what I'm calculating this. Hi, morning Joe. Minus 24, right? Okay. Negative 6A negative 24a. Yes, you get there, right? Yeah, but then you can just directly put there so that you don't lose any more time for moving already. Okay? So we get negative 24a. And then this last one, okay, minus 3ab and minus 18ab. What do you think we will get? Share what you think. Share right? What is negative 3ab minus 18ab? What is, I need to break by the microphone, minus 3ab minus 18ab. Yeah, you can see, right? Negative 3ab minus 18 is negative 21. Okay, so negative 21ab. Okay, so at this stage, alright, we have simplified the given question, but have you answered the question already? Not yet, because the question wants us to factorize completely. We have done nothing about factorization yet. Okay? So, negative 24a minus 21ab, they now want to go about factorizing. What do you think we will get? Okay, what should we be actually taking out? Alisa, what do you think? Take out a 3. Is it? Okay, so if I take out a 3, then what about the variables a and ab? I take out a. Is there any more to take out? Yes, Trixie. What does it? It's wrong. What does it? Huh? No more to take out. Oh, okay. Let's see what you think. Negative sign to take out. Okay, let's see negative sign to take out. Do you agree? Okay, because earlier on we said that if both terms have negative sign, we must take out the negative sign, right? Okay, so between 24 and 21, the highest common factor, it would actually be 3, right? Then after that, we take out the a as well, and then the remaining parts, leave it inside the brackets. Okay, according to you, try this. Okay, what's going to be inside the brackets? What's going to be inside the brackets? We are going to do division, right? Negative 24a divided by negative 8. Okay, so there with 8. Anything else? Sorry? 7 plus 7 minus 7. Minus 7 plus 7. Okay, so negative 21 divided by negative 3, that gives us a positive, and then 7. Okay, but since we have taken out the a, we still have the b left, so we have our b over here. Okay, so answer will be negative 3a times 8 plus 7b. Okay, that will be the answer. Right, any questions? Okay, if not, right, homework, okay, for this entire unit, okay, I want us to be more focused when we do our homework. So for the expansion questions, just organize things a little so that when you revise, okay, you know what you're doing. Just go and check. topic is inevitable. We need to sort things out right, okay, so that we are more prepared for what's to come next. Okay. The next book page is 11111. Okay. I like this to be due on Friday, okay? Okay. Okay, let's move on to chapter 4.4. Let me set up here first or copy down the homework questions. Fractional coefficients. Okay, we have learned that coefficients are the numbers, yes. No, just do it on the same piece of paper. Okay? Yeah. Alright, so I was saying, okay, we have learned that coefficients are actually the numbers in front of the algebraic variables. So for example, in the term 2xy, okay, the coefficient is the number 2. Okay, and then if I were to have, let's say, negative 7x squared, okay, then the coefficient being the number in front of the algebraic variable, that will actually be negative 7. Okay, so now in this particular topic, we are going to be looking at what if the number in front is actually a fraction. That's why we call it fractional coefficients. Okay, so if the number in front of it is a fraction itself, it really doesn't change much about how we actually go about doing our expansion or that. After all, it is also just any other number, right? Okay, so let's say maybe I have 2 over 3, okay, a b squared, then the coefficient is 2 over 3. Okay, however, something that I need to recognize is that if I were to write it, for example, as half x versus x over 2. Okay, I need to be able to recognize that half x and x over 2, they actually mean the same thing. They are actually equal to one another. Okay, because half x itself means that it is half times x. Okay, and then we know that, okay, if I want to actually maybe I'll write it on the right side. Okay, half x equals to half x over 2. That's because half x itself is actually the same thing as, say, as half times x. Okay, so I want us to think about, okay, in our number format, if let's say I have half times 3, okay, we can clearly press into our calculator and what we will get is 1.5. Okay, but how do I do it mentally? Okay, I need to be able to recognize that half times 3 is the same as half times 3 over 1. Okay? These are things that we have learned in primary school. Okay, half times 3 is the same as half times 3 over 1. And how do we go about multiplying fractions? We do so by taking the numerator times the numerator and the denominator times the denominator. Okay, therefore I will get 3 over 2. Right, in this particular case. So drawing reference to how we deal with numbers, it shouldn't differ how we deal with algebraic variables as well. So half x being half times x, it is the same as half times x over 1. Okay, just like how I transform the 3 into 3 over 1. And then I follow the rules that in multiplication of fractions, the numerator times the numerator, denominator times the denominator. Okay, and 1 times x is none other than just x. And 2 times 1 is none other than 2. Okay, so therefore, we see very clearly that half x Okay, so this is something that you must be able to recognize. Okay, so when I put the x in the middle, alright, it is the same as putting it on top. Okay, so what if it is not half x? So I can have other fractions as well. So let's say maybe 3/7. Okay, 3/7x. By that logic that I have over here, 3/7x means 3/7 times x. So it is as good as writing 3x/7. Okay, then x must go up in the numerator. It is not meant to be both top and bottom. Okay, because of how we deal with algebraic multiplication. Right? Even if I have a group of things, okay, so for example, if let's say I have 2/5 times x plus 1. Okay, even if I write it like that, x plus 1 is a group of things. It means the same as 2 times x plus 1/5. Okay? Erase homework ah. Any questions so far? Okay, so next we just start with some example. I want us to look at practice now 8 now. Okay, where we want to simplify half x plus 1/4 y minus 2/y minus 1/3 x. Okay, we have seen questions like this before earlier on. Okay, when we deal with addition and subtraction, just that earlier on our numbers are all integers, they are whole numbers, okay, or integers itself. In this case now we have to deal with fractions. Okay, so we go by the same rule. We rearrange our terms, okay, according to their somewhat likeness first. Okay, so we recognize that half x, 1/4 y, negative 2/5y, and negative 1/3 x. They are our 4 different terms in this case. Okay, then we rearrange them such that I put the x's together and the y's together. So I will have half x minus 1/3 x plus 1/4 y minus 2/5y. Okay. Then now, next step, how? Okay. When it came to our integers, it was easy for us to do mental calculations. Okay. But now we're dealing with fractions. All I need you to do is to press your calculator. No need to go about doing your last time primary school method, mix it denominator, then you add or that. Okay, we have a calculator for its purpose. This is where you must use your calculator. So we take half minus 1/3, what do we get? Plus half minus 1/6 negated. Okay, so 1/6x, that will be what we have over here. Okay, and then the next part we have 1/4 minus away 2/5. We get negative 3 out of 20. Okay, so we have negative 3/21. Right, press calculator will do. Please don't give me long methods, okay? So just for your note taking purposes, obviously right now press calculator. Okay? Okay, next we look at part B. Any questions for this? Okay, so let's look at part B. We have 1/8 brackets negative y minus 3 bracket again 16x minus 3y. Okay, so by our Bachmann's rules, we will actually do the innermost brackets first. before we tackle the outside ones. So our rules don't change even though our numbers change in fractions. Okay? Because fractions are just any other number. Alright? So I keep whatever that's outside first. I want to deal with what's in the brackets. Okay? The round brackets first, the innermost one. I see that I have negative 3 multiplying with 16x minus 3y. Okay, I want us to recall that when we have our round brackets, okay, the inside there's nothing for us to do anymore because 16x minus 3y, they are two different terms, they are unlike terms itself. So therefore, we cannot simplify. Then we have to do our expansion. Okay, when we do our expansion, we deal with the number that's right in front of the brackets. I do not need to care about the negative y. Okay? The number right in front is the negative 3, not just 3 itself. Okay? So, doing our expansion, I have negative 3 times 16x and negative 3 times negative 3y. Okay? And what do you think you will be getting when I do this expansion? Okay, what do you think? This first one. Negative 48x, very good. Okay, and then in my next expansion, okay, what will we actually be getting? Under what you think? Next expansion. Okay, yeah, what will we get? Negative 3 times negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3y. Negative 9. Can you press it? We are taking negative 3 times negative 3y. See negative 9. 9. We are positive 9, right? So negative 3 times negative 3, negative and negative gives us positive. 3 times 3 gives us 9y. Okay? And then after we close the square brackets. Right? Then we go about simplifying first. Okay? So inside our square brackets, so we're done with the innermost brackets already. Here with the outermost one. The inside of the square brackets has something that we could simplify. I have a negative y here and a positive 9y. Okay, I can simplify that, right? And that will be done, okay, by taking negative 1 plus 9. Okay, if you want to, you can rearrange the terms, but at this stage, you can recognize that these are the two things that you need to work out. Okay, you can see that it's actually a positive 8y. But let me maybe just write it down. And the rearrangement looks like this. Okay, so if you're quick enough, you can definitely go from this step to this step. Okay, so we get 1 over 8 times 8y minus 48x. Okay, then now, right, nothing else for us to simplify inside the square brackets anymore. Okay, what we need to work out is to expand, okay, by considering this 1 over 8. This 1 over 8 over here, and we do our rainbow, okay, and multiply inwards. Okay, so again, use your calculator, please. Taking 1 over 8 times 8y, right? And what will we actually get? 1 over 4. 1 over 8 times 8. 1, right? Okay, so it's 1y, right? Okay, but we don't need to write the 1. Okay. Then after that, 1 over 8 times negative 48x, what will we get? 6x. We get 6x. Okay, we get a negative 6x. Right? 1 over 8 multiplying with negative 48x. Okay, and that will be our answer. Any questions? Yes. Okay, let's look at this question, exam 9 question 1. I want us to be able to understand the instruction that's given in this question. It says express each of the following as a fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so what it wants is that given the question, okay, we want to re-express it, okay, that means rewrite it such that it becomes one single fraction, okay, and it must be in its simplest form. For example, okay, in our primary school, we would have done things like, for example, 2 over 5 plus 3 over 7. Okay, I want to combine it such that it becomes a single fraction. What do we do? I have learned in primary school. Change the denominator, okay, and in this case, our denominator, what do you think will be? 35, right? Okay, we go for the lowest common multiple. So 5 and 7, the lowest common one is 35, right? So I change it into 35 for both fractions, right? Okay, and when 5 change to 35, what actually am I multiplying? 7. Okay, and then my numerator over here, I must also multiply by 7, and that gives me a 14. Okay, so what I am trying to do here is I multiply by 7, multiply by 7. Okay, you can write it down in pencil if you're working as well. Yes, okay, then after that, 3 over 7 itself, in order to change the denominator into 35, I multiply by how much? See what you think? 5, right? Okay, so I multiply by 5 here, multiply by 5 here. Okay, and then we will have a 15. Right? Only when the denominators are the same, then I can add the numerators together. Okay, and then I will get 29 out of 35. Okay, so I have combined these two fractions into one single fraction. That is exactly what this question wants us to do, just that we have some x introduced into it, some algebraic variable. The rules apply, okay, it's actually the exact same thing. So let me show you in how to do part A first. Okay, so in part A, given this as the question, right? First thing is that we must be able to recognize this thing is a fraction itself, whereby earlier on I have mentioned that when I have a fraction multiplied by something, this something over here goes into the numerator, whereby I can write it as x minus 3 over 2, okay, plus the second fraction no change. Okay, so by writing it in this manner, it is something that I can do and I can deal with based on how I understand my numbers. Okay, so two separate fractions now, denominators are different. We want our denominators to become the same before I can add or subtract. And that denominator, what do you think it should be? What denominator should we get? 6, right? Okay, so I have 6 over here and 6 over here. Okay, so 2 in order to become a 6, I'm going to multiply by 3. That means in my numerator, everything in the numerator must multiply by 3. Okay, so we are actually saying things like that. Okay, in other words, my multiplication of 3 is the same as writing my 3 in front. Okay, whereby later on I will need to do my rainbow into my expansion. Right? But maybe let's just write down first 3 bracket x minus 3. Okay, and in my second fraction, what I need to do is to multiply by 2. Okay, and multiply by 2 for everything in the numerator. Because it's everything, that's why I must put in the brackets. Okay, so I'm putting a 2 in front and I'll write 2 bracket 2x minus 5 plus 6. Okay, now that we have done this, because the denominator is now the numerator together. Okay? But the addition is not so straightforward. If you want to, you can write it as a single fraction already, where I add the two numerators together. But I still need to simplify it because the question wants it in its simplest form. Okay, in this case, we could simplify the numerator. And to do so, we need to do our expansion. So our 3 over here, multiply with the x, and the 3 multiply with the negative 3. Okay, so in the very first one, what we will get is 3x minus 9. Okay, and then in my next bracket, I will have plus 4x minus 10. Okay, when I do my expansion, denominator maintains over there over 6. Okay. And then we go about simplifying. 3x and 4x, they are like terms. Negative 9 and negative 10 are like terms. So if you like to, you can rearrange them first. Okay. Before you go about simplifying, 3x plus 4x becomes 7x. Negative 9 minus 10, that gives us negative 19 over 6. And that will be our final answer. Okay? So, our steps over here. Later on, I need to do extra steps to simplify. Okay, simplify means to write it into a simplest form, reduce it, okay, down to the simplest answer. So in this case, we choose 4 as our denominator. That means that over here, okay, in our numerator, I'm going to be multiplying by 3 because I multiply by 3 in the denominator. So I have 3 over here. And then in my second fraction, I multiply by 4. Okay, so there's space on the left. So essentially this is what we do, what we have. Okay? So with our 3 times x minus 2 over 12 minus 4 times 2x minus 7 over 12, step 2, we make it the same fraction, a single fraction, sorry. So out of 12, I will write 3 times x minus 2 minus 4 times 2x minus 7. Okay? Alright. Could I maybe give you just 1 minute? Okay. Work this out, expand and simplify, see what is your answer. Okay, if you are comfortable. And I recently got a new timer. Is that cute? It's a big. But I don't know why it doesn't switch on now. Okay, no problem. Okay, can you please do it now? 1 minute, I set my timer. Almost committed inside. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's heavy. Do now, please. minus 34 over 12. Okay, so Lucas gave us this answer. Alright, let's check. Okay, Ethan, what answer do you get? Don't worry, it can be different. 5x minus 34 divided by 12. Okay, anybody else has a different answer? Yes, Rose. 5x minus 22 divided by 12. Any more other different answers? Let's see, yes. Negative 5x plus 22 divided by 12. Got 4 different answers. Any more to add? Okay, so let's check out which is the correct answer. Alright, we do our expansion. Okay, so I want us to be able to check our own work. Okay, so in this 3, multiplying in, we will have 3x minus 6. Okay, that's our very first rainbow. Then in our second rainbow, we are looking at negative 4. Okay, and then doing our multiplication inwards such that negative 4 times 2 gives us negative 8x. And negative 4 times negative 7, that gives us plus 28. Okay, and then denominator with this over there, over 12. Okay, then we simplify it by rearranging our terms first. So 3x minus 8x minus 6 plus 28 over 12. Okay? Any concerns so far? Right? So 3x minus 8x, you press it into a calculator. 3 minus 8, that gives us negative 5. Okay, so we should be having negative 5x. Right? That means that it's either the red one or the black one that's correct already. Okay? Either one of this is not correct anymore. Okay? So 3x minus 8x followed by minus 6 plus 28. And if you press that into your calculator, minus 6 plus 28, okay, that should give us a positive 22. So it should be plus 20. Okay? So I want us to take note because this is always the place whereby you make mistakes. You forget about this minus 6 front, okay, and you just take 6 plus 28, and that's not correct. Okay, minus 6 plus 28, that gives us positive 22 over 12. I want us to take note that the negative sign must be inside the numerator itself, must be on top of the fraction. You cannot place it outside like that because it means a totally different thing. Okay, so let's just put the minus sign in front. Right? Any questions? Okay, I hope that those that gave us answers that are over here, okay, you realize where your mistakes are, okay, and you go and work on improving them as well. Okay? We have time. Okay, let's see. Okay, I shall not press on. Okay, looking at what we have left, I don't think, okay, when it comes to Thursday, because Thursday I have something planned already. I already created all the videos and all that for you to watch. But looking at progress, I don't think you will be successful in doing that. Okay, so I tell you what, on Thursday home-based learning, focus on completing your homework questions. Okay, I think that's really also a lot already. Please focus on completing that. Okay, then after Friday, submit to me. And then Friday when we come back, continue and finish out this chapter. And I also hope to be able to do a check-in, okay, of the March holiday work that we have done as well. Okay, because I think some of you did tell me some of your concerns. Okay.